Breaking news on ABC 17 News. We are awaiting a press conference right now in Callaway County. A 6-year-old boy was shot to death this morning. Let's join this press conference live.
Action. And I'll read what the probable cause statement says. On August 28, 2014, at approximately 2:39 a.m., the Callaway County Sheriff's deputies responded to 7576 Primrose Lane in Callaway County for a report of a missing juvenile 6-year-old D, initials DWH, date of birth 8/14/2008. During the course of the investigation at the residence, DWH was found concealed, deceased inside the residence. Further investigation revealed that DWH had been shot multiple times. On August 28, 2014, investigator and myself interviewed Scott Willett at the Pettis County Sheriff's Office. After being advised of Miranda rights, Willett admitted to me that he shot DWH multiple times inside the residence at 7576 Primrose Lane in Callaway County, Missouri. Willett further admitted to me that he shot DWH after deliberation with a high-powered or a high-point .40 caliber handgun. That is what the probable cause statement says. Now, with that being said, I won't go into a lot of details. Apparently, we believe that the victim, the autopsy has not been performed yet, so we'll wait for the official ruling from the autopsy to lead to the cause of death. Obviously, we believe that it was a handgun that was used.
What is the relationship between the suspect and the victim?
They are, the suspect was living at the residence, so he's a mutual family, or not a family member, but a friend of the family.
Do you know how long the family had known the suspect?
I do not have that. I know that he's been there since about January of this year. He has lived in Columbia, our suspect has, as well as Sedalia.
Was the child Down syndrome?
We understand that the child may have Down syndrome, yes.
Do you think the prosecutors have to get the death penalty on this?
Well, it's on the table with a first-degree murder charge. I'm not saying that he will or not. That's a long ways down the road. But with a first-degree, death sentences is definitely out there.
Did Willett babysitting the boy, or was the boy's parents at home?
No, the mother was actually at work, and Willett was the babysitter for the evening.
Did Willett give any indication as to why he did it?
Well, obviously, you know, we cannot go into details. We did interview the suspect. You know that from that, talking to him. But a lot of that details needs to be saved for a jury to hear.
Where was you said he was found in sort of concealed area? Can you elaborate on that?
He was found actually in the suspect's bedroom.
How had he been concealed?
Kind of abuse or anything to the child?
You know, the autopsy hasn't been formed yet. Obviously, we're going to look into a lot of different areas, but I cannot comment on that. That is in consideration.
You said the suspect is not blood-related. Are those blood-related family members cooperating with you?
The family members are cooperating with us, yes.
Was anybody else at home at the time? Or was he...
At this time, we have no reason to believe that anybody other than the victim and the suspect was there.
What time do you think he shot him?
Well, we can't get into that details of that. The mother was gone to her work of employment. We know she left around 4 and didn't get home to about 2:30, and that's when we got the call that the child was missing.
Who made the call that the child was missing?
Actually, the grandmother,
Grandmother?
who lives next door.
To your knowledge, had the family ever made any prior complaints about this guy, or to your knowledge, were they on pretty good terms?
We don't have any complaints as far as the family about the suspect in this.
You told us that the suspect is engaged to the child's mother?
No. No. There's no boyfriend relationship there.
So basically, he was a friend of the family who was babysitting this child at the time?
That's correct. And he lived there.
How was Willett found in Sedalia that led to his arrest?
Well, we had information that he had family members in Columbia, and he's formerly from Sedalia. So as soon as we determined that we had a homicide, apparently a homicide, and that the vehicle was taken and who it was, we put out a statewide alert to it. Sedalia obviously jumped on it pretty quick, located the vehicle, was able to take him into custody. Actually, they located the vehicle around 6:30. He was taken into custody a few minutes later without incident. I think myself and an investigator arrived at Pettis County about 8 a.m. this morning, and then he was transported back here to about 2 p.m. So he's currently in Callaway County's custody.
Whose vehicle did he steal?
The female's, the mother's car, once she got back and discovered.
And is that the gray car that was just here a moment ago?
I believe you saw the gray car, yes.
What make is that?
That's a Pontiac, I believe.
Was the gun stolen as well?
Right now, we believe that it's possibly stolen. We're still working on that. It wasn't stolen from Callaway County, but no charges have been filed on that part of it.
But he is being held here.
He is being held at Callaway County.
Do you expect any other arrests?
At this time, it's still an open investigation. Right now, we don't anticipate that, but there's a lot of things we are doing behind the scene. A lot of telephone records, text messages, a lot of different things. Right now, we have no reason, but obviously, it's still an open investigation, and we want to keep everything open.
Do you have any kind of criminal past beyond the littering charges?
I think that's what he was actually picked up as Pettis County was the misdemeanor littering. I think you have to look on CaseNet. Myself, I haven't had a chance, but I think he's been arrested on a couple other incidents. Nothing this serious.
Are you guys going to identify the victim at any point?
Well, we're reluctant to because it's a juvenile. Obviously, the name's out there. Normally, we use the initials, and that's what we did this time.
Was the gun loaded when you found it? When authorities found it in the car?
I can't comment on that. Actually, Pettis County Authority, we have the weapon ourselves, which will be turned over to the Highway Patrol Lab for analysis and stuff, but I can't comment if it was actually loaded. I can tell you it wasn't found on the suspect. It was found in the vehicle.
Sure.
And the suspect wasn't in the vehicle at the time.
Sure, if you don't get this sort of thing, thankfully, down here very often, what do you think of this? It's pretty brutal.
Well, anytime you got a child's death, it's bad. And if it's an adult and it's a homicide, it's bad. So, yeah, thank God we don't see them a lot. If I never had one, that'd be okay with me.
Do you guys know if the suspect had any kind of mental illness prior to this? I mean, that been?
Obviously, don't have them records. That's HIPAA protected. How's that? It's not saying that we won't have a concern to find out what we can, but I really can't comment on that.
Was he employed somewhere?
No, not that I'm aware of. Well,
that was a press conference in Callaway County for a 6-year-old boy that was shot to death in a home earlier this morning. Sheriff Dennis Crane there saying it happened in the 7,000 block of Primrose Lane. Let's go back to that press conference.
Along with other things, but obviously we want to make sure we're doing everything right too.
Has Will offered any resistance at any point during the process today?
No, he has not offered any resistance with us.
He was found at a home of a relative, you said?
He was found at a female's house that he reports as being a female associate of his in Pettis County.
An acquaintance?
An acquaintance.
Was the cell phone used to track him there?
Excuse me?
Was the cell phone thing used to track him there?
We put out the vehicle and the license for that, and that's what started us that direction. Okay?
I'm confused on where he lives.
He lives actually at the address he's currently given and has for the last 4 months was 7576 Primrose, where the victim was discovered. He's living at the residence with the family.
Okay, and what's the Columbia and Sedalia connection?
He had an address in Columbia before, and he's lived in Sedalia before both.
Okay. Where in the bedroom was the victim found? You said concealed, but is that...
Yeah, and we don't want to go into details. The important thing is he was found in the suspect's bedroom.
Do you know how many people live in the residence where he was staying, where the victim?
I don't have the total count on that either. I just know what was there last night, okay?
Were there other children in the residence?
Not at the time.
Are there other children in the residence?
I don't have that knowledge either. I'm sure other investigators do, but I personally don't know that. Like I said, there's a lot of different things going different directions here, and we wanted to get to you as quick as we can. Obviously, he was trying to get a hold of me today. I actually got a call from press while I was in the interview room with the individual. So we're trying to get things put back together ourselves. We got a lot of things to do. The important thing here is we lost a 6-year-old victim, and a family that's suffering. But the main thing is we've got the guy we believe is responsible in custody. Anything else? If not, I'm sure there'll be questions later. If we get more developments, we'll try to pass it on.
You already applied for warrants?
He's already been issued. The warrant's already been issued. The warrant was issued for first-degree murder, armed criminal action with $1 million cash bond only. So the warrant is a thing of the past. We've got it. It's not a PC arrest. It's actually a warrant arrest. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we get your name real quick? Take your photo.
That was Sheriff Dennis Crane, Callaway County, talking about 27-year-old Scotty Willett, who has been taken into custody and is now facing first-degree murder charges, as well as a charge of armed criminal action. Of course, the first-degree armed murder charge would mean investigators have reason to believe that it was a premeditated murder of the 6-year-old. Court documents show Willett admitted to shooting the 6-year-old multiple times with a high-point .40 caliber handgun. Our newsroom has been working to get court documents all ready for this quickly developing story we've had. Within the past hour, those court documents say the 6-year-old was reported missing about 2:30 this morning, and then while deputies were searching the home, they found the child concealed in the home. Right now, there has not been an autopsy yet, and we did confirm that the man, Scotty Willett, was living in the residence and was not in a relationship with the boy's mother. We'll have much more on this story coming up on ABC 17 News at 5 o'clock.